Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Key. So you may want to head to the gas station right after primetime news if you don't want the increases that will take effect just before the Christmas season to catch you. I'll get into the details shortly, but let's head to some news from the Bank of Jamaica. The local policy interest rate will remain at 7% until February next year. The rate offered to deposit-taking institutions was last adjusted in November 2022. Now, the Bank of Jamaica's Monetary Policy Committee says the decision was made as based on the current trends, core inflation is being contained, which augurs well for the longer-term inflation outlook. The central bank says the key drivers of headline inflation, such as international commodity prices and shipping costs, also continued to decline. In fact, it says commodity prices and international oil prices have trended below the bank's forecast, mainly due to weaker than forecast impact of production cuts by major oil producers. Now, average grain prices were also below the bank's forecast and are expected to remain below projections over the near term. While it laws the trends, the central bank is still lamenting the slow upward adjustment of interest rates offered on deposits by banks and other institutions. Financial institutions have, however, continually adjusted upwards interest rates on loans. The committee also viewed the exchange rate as remaining stable given the monetary policy actions as well as strong tourism and remittance inflows. Now, the next policy decision announcement is due February 20, 2024. Now, to the gas prices, motorists will face higher prices at the pumps going into the Christmas holiday. After up to 7 weeks of declines, 87 and 90 gasoline will sell for $2.60 more. Diesel and ultra-low sulfur diesel will break the 8 weeks of decreases, selling for $3.95 more per litre. Kerosene will go up by 25 cents. Propane will, however, decline by 80 cents, while butane will sell for $1.61 less. Now, each gas station will make these adjustments in addition to a markup on the ex-refinery rate offered by Petrojam. What all of that means is that you should probably head to the gas station today before the prices increase tomorrow going into the holidays. Jamaica spent $1.55 billion, that's US, on the import of raw materials and intermediate goods up to August this year. This was 0.6% lower than the $1.56 billion spent for January to August 2022. Now, the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin says this was due to a fall in the importation of industrial supplies and construction materials. Imports of industrial supplies were valued at $799 million, a 3.6% decrease when compared to the first 8 months last year. Now, spending on construction materials decreased by 2.1% due largely to lower imports of cork and wood manufacturers, including furniture as well as iron and steel. And that, of course, correlates with the decline we've been seeing in the construction industry. Now let's head to the foreign currency market. The US dollar is being sold for an average $155.70. $116 is the going rate for the Canadian dollar. That's $116.93 for the Canadian dollar, $194.35 for the pound, while the euro is selling for $170.18. And finally, the JSE index gained 2,092 points today, while the junior market index increased by 51 points. Among the 50 winners were Stanley Motor, Jetcon, CAC 2000, Separate and Lasco Manufacturing. The 30 losers were led by iCreate, AMG Packaging and Paper Company, GMB Group 7.25% shares, Blue Power Group and Caribbean Assurance Brokers. Now 18 stocks closed the session at the same price they started trading this morning. And that's it for the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys.